You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 5. Chill!
Yes, hello everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, YPG, and the Premier Boy Podcast. Welcome to another new episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. And before we talk about today's episode, I just want to say thank you everybody that tuned in to the third year anniversary episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you to all the reviews, all the 5 stars, all the ratings, and the shout outs. Honestly, y'all message means a lot. Y'all don't understand that. That episode means a lot to me. This whole show means a lot to me. I put my sweat, blood, and tears into the show, and I just want to say thank y'all, everybody that tuned in to the anniversary and to my show in general. It means a lot. Like I said, the goal was always to inspire others, whether it's from my story or any of my guest stories. And I'm glad that the goal have been working. So once again, thank y'all for tuning into the anniversary episode. This means a lot. And we still not number one on Good Pods, but we almost there. Like, get up there, y'all. Let's get up there because we almost there, y'all. I knocked out the 2 top podcasters on society and culture, y'all, right now, man. So once again, thank y'all for the love. Yeah, like I said, it means a lot. I'm very grateful that y'all really stayed with me during this long journey. So once again, thank y'all, man. I'm just thank y'all, man. So on to today's episode, we got a special guest. She is a model. She is a host. She is a brand ambassador, and she also a singer. And we're gonna interview her about her modeling, her singing, and many more. Also, we're gonna talk about, a little bit about Fashion Week too, because she gonna do big things on Fashion Week, so look out for her. So y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, I'll be right back.
Hi, this is Marsha, and you're listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. At the time, I will be giving y'all the Mr. Facts for today. And today's quote today is follow your dreams. And what I mean by that, if you have a dream, follow it. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody stop you from doing something that you love. If you love it, go for it and follow that dream. That is today with the German Facts for today. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through. And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m.
We are also on every Thursdays at 12 p.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast spin-off series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcasts every first Thursday at 12 p.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 p.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays at 12 p.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, The Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, and tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheer!
Hey guys, it's Destiny Unique, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at the time, I got my special guest. She is a model. She is a singer. She also a band ambassador, and she is also a host. We got Miss Destiny Unique in the building. Destiny, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to finally do this, and I know we haven't seen each other, like I said, like pre-COVID, but I'm just glad that we could do this and I could be a guest on your dope show.
Yes. And finally doing this. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Bring on the questions. Bring on the top questions. I'm ready for it all.
All right. So we're gonna start off with where are you from?
So I'm originally. So this goes like it's a kind of a story. Ready? So because a lot of people say where you went to school is where you're from, but I was raised in the Bronx, and then I lived upstate, and then I just moved to Manhattan like 5 months ago.
Okay, nice. So how would you describe yourself as a person?
I would say I'm a go-getter, at times I do get, a little, I gotta be honest, like I'm very indecisive at times. In this business could be very tricky to be that kind of person, because you have to make good decisions. But I would like to say I'm very level-headed. I'm very open. I'm a lover at heart, not a fighter.
Nice. So let's talk about your beginning of life. Like, how was you growing up?
Oh my gosh, how was I growing up? So I'm one of, believe it or not, I'm one of 16. So I grew up being the baby of,
wow.
I grew up being the baby of 10. So I was the spoiled brat that everyone didn't like, I got my way, but I was blessed at the same time. My mom is a pastor, and my dad was in the military. And I'm also adopted, so I grew up with like so many different, like a different family dynamic, because my mom that was a teacher. So I grew up just being the center of my family. Everyone was like baby Destiny, Princess Destiny. My mom was very blessed to put me into a lot of things like dancing, singing. I had karate classes. I also had my mom putting me into pageants, and I did like little school plays here. I played the Good Witch and the Wizard of Oz when I was younger.
Nice.
We discovered, because I was singing in my mom's church, but that's when we discovered that I could sing when I was singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So after that, they were like, oh, she has a voice, you know? So that was really, you know, how I was raised. You know, that's how I was, you know, growing up in my family, in the household.
Nice, and that's amazing. We're gonna talk more about your singing like a little later, but how all that you've been through made you the person that you are today?
You know, it's crazy. I wasn't appreciative of the things I went through until, I guess, like 2 years ago, but really this year during COVID. The things I've been through in the moment, obviously, like everyone else, is always like, it sucks in the moment. And after, you appreciate it, you know, it's made me stronger. It made me more accountable. I could say that for sure, because like I said, I grew up as the youngest child, and I was spoiled, you know, and I didn't really see the bigger picture of things, and I never had to be accountable for my actions. So when I got older, I was like, oh my God, like, this is not okay. You know, I was like, I was always leaning on my mom and realizing like, oh my God, I have to like stand up for myself. I have to be accountable for my actions, learning how to apologize. And it's crazy because I would come out and apologize so quickly, and people like, don't apologize because you want to shut me up. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm saying I'm sorry because I'm realizing it. So I started to learn faster. So the things I've been through taught me how to just, time is precious, and there's no time to hold on to things. And I'm still learning that now. You know, it's still a lesson every day to just be better, be accountable, apologize, and show up. And be in the moment, you know, live through those moments. Don't try to rush things because you feel like you need to hold on and harbor some feelings. And it's like, no, you be in that moment, give yourself time, and then you need to give yourself time to get over it.
Nice, and that's amazing. That's amazing. So I know in the beginning I mentioned that you are a model. So what inspired you to get into modeling?
You know, it's so funny. Like I said, my mom put me in so much when I was little, and I was running around the church so much and just doing, you know, singing and putting on little plays and whatever. And it's so funny because my mom was calling me to do stuff, and she used to like put her head down. But now, growing up, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you should model, or you have like long legs, you know. And I would just hear it. And then I went to college. Well, we also had like little stuff in high school, like fashion shows. But when I got to college is when I got into a show. And then one of my friends, he was like, oh my God, you should be in my show. I'm going to have photographers. And after that, it went from there. I met a couple photographers at the show in college, and I started networking. And then that led to another show, and then that led to more people. I love to network. That's one of the key components about myself, is that I like to talk. You know, that's why I really wanted to get on this podcast. I used to have one of my own, and
nice.
Yeah, so I would, you know, do the podcast. I would just network, and then I did the podcast that also led to other opportunities. So I always tell myself, if I want more opportunities, I have to make good connections. So at the end of a show, I would just be networking. I'm not leaving right away, you know, because you never know who's there. You never know who else is networking. So yeah, that's really it.
That is dope. And I also like to network too. So that's why I'm happy I got you on the show. I want you on the show for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I want you on the show for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, really, yeah. And yeah, so I'm happy I finally got you on the show, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. So
I feel so honored.
yeah. So what is your biggest gig for modeling so far?
That's a hard question, because there are shows that I did in big venues, and then there are shows that I did in smaller venues with bigger names, you know. The biggest designer I would have to say would be Alani Taylor and Chaos from Atlanta. Alani Taylor is she's a celebrity designer, and she did a lot of stuff with the baby, Cardi B, Beyonce, you name it. It was her and Richard Parker that I met, and that show was in Times Square, and the show was on a billboard. So
Nice.
Yeah, that experience was dope. It was in Times Square. Like, who would not love that? So, and what? So, like I said, it's like designers, and then there's rooms. So the biggest room would be the mezzanine. I've heard about it growing up, heard about it, a couple years back. And then, I was like, oh, it's at the mezzanine, whatever. Did my research, got there. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not a small venue. It's the mezzanine, so it's hard to say. It's like there are big shows that I was in, but not to downplay anyone, but it wasn't like high fashion, like New York Fashion Week, like CA, so I was, very honored to be in rooms with people that were there, great photographers that actually got me published in magazines as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Well, you're killing it right now. You are doing an amazing job. I see the pictures in the video you be posting about, you modeling and stuff. You killing it. Keep doing your thing. I'm happy for you. You're killing it right now.
Thank you.
So what is the hardest part about modeling? If you could name 3 things, like what is the hardest part about modeling?
Starting off, and if you're freelancing, sometimes you don't know what you're getting into. It's really hard because you're networking, but sometimes, like I said, you don't know who you're talking to. And it's not like a restaurant where people leave reviews under a photographer's page or on their page, so that's what sucks about it. I've ran into situations where I came across people who just wanted to do certain kind of shoots that just I wasn't comfortable with, that just wasn't my lane, to each his own, and everyone wants to get in the business how they want to. But me, I just wasn't ready or willing to push the envelope in that way. So it's hard. That would be one thing. It's like you never know what you're walking into. Second thing would be, it's competitive. It's really competitive, even as a Black woman, it makes it even, harder because Black women we're breaking barriers in this industry. I don't know if you saw the Vogue magazine with all the Black models on the cover. And
I did see it. Oh, wow.
No, you didn't? It's so dope. It's so dope. But at the same time, it's like, it was kind of bare minimum because it's Vogue. So we're wondering, is this all that you can do for Black models? It's been, Tyra Banks was like the biggest name for a while when it came to modeling because she had her own show and she was getting girls into magazines and working with like Nigel Barker and Mrs. J, Mr. J. So that's the thing about it, is that as a Black woman, there's competition like within ourselves, but it makes me want to love us even more. But you gotta be watching, looking over your shoulder sometimes because, someone else could grab the gig for you, and sometimes it's just not for you. I went to a casting the other day, and there were girls that they were looking for like 6'9", and I didn't know that. And, me being 6'8", I'm walking in and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I didn't get it. And I was like, Dad, like these other women got it. My sister is Black woman, and, you still got to be proud. But it's also like it kind of hits you in the core sometimes when you don't get it. So the second thing would be to don't stop because, there's competition. It's just like everyone has the same 24 hours. So you have to keep working. You have to keep practicing and just perfect your craft, The third thing would be is so like I said, I'm not signed to an agency, and I'm starting to realize that you have to know your worth, because there are people who would just do any and everything to get in this industry, and some things aren't for you. So you have to find, who are runway models. There are people who do editorial. There's people who are hand models, and when it comes to runway, not a lot of shows pay. And if they do, it's not crazy. The pay is not crazy. So photo shoots pay more, and being a brand ambassador for some companies pay, so you got to know your worth and you have to know your lane.
Okay, nice. So what is your old time goal for being a model, and what advice do you have for young women who, for the next generation modeling?
So the reason why, my goal getting into modeling was boost my confidence, my self-esteem. That was like my goal, and I want to inspire young women. Like, no matter what you look like, it's possible for you. I at one point I didn't think it was possible, because we all have these flaws that we want to perfect, and we think like someone may see it the way we do. And me, I always struggled growing up being so skinny, and so slim, and as a model, it's not the requirement, because there are different models, plus size models. But me, I was just made fun of, even my jawline, people used to make fun of it all the time. Like, it's so strong. But in the modeling industry, they praise it. They love it. There could be people who struggle with having birthmarks on their face. And I have a friend, and she has a birthmark, but she's so gorgeous. It's not a butt. She has a birthmark, and it's gorgeous. She's beautiful. So I would want to inspire the generation behind me to just love yourself. Don't think that the things you're struggling with is going to stop you or not get you signed. You gotta really love yourself. So that would be my advice to those young women, is just find those things. And although you may have those insecurities, you have to love them, because there's somebody out there that's going to love it as well.
Yes, amazing advice. And like you did say, anything is possible, and you're doing amazing, and I know you're going to spread good joy to the next generation too. So keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
So you're also a singer. So you already spoke a little bit about it, but what age did you discover that you had talent?
I was in, like, what do you call that? Like, it's not grade school. It's not a daycare. Like pre-K, I guess.
Like pre-K kindergarten?
Yeah, like it was a school that my mom would bring me to, like, that she worked at. It wasn't like a legit school, but they taught you. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Sorry, he just commented on the live. She's always working, always inspiring, forever proud. Oh, I'm proud of you too. Yeah, I guess it would have to be pre-K. I was singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it's so funny, because that sounds like in pre-K you knew. But there are kids who, even nowadays, who have a tone and can carry it. I remember they used to have that show with Steve Harvey years ago with kids who have like talent and everything. So it is possible. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So
yeah, I remember that show. Yeah.
I wish they had that now, but they have something similar. But that was around the time that I realized my mom kept calling on me, when I was younger, to come sing. Destiny, come sing. She does it now. Now is more like comical, like, okay, come and sing. But it was at a young age, and I got serious about it. Then I stopped, and then I didn't really know how I wanted to go about it. Then I stopped, and at the moment, it's something that I'm most definitely trying to get back into, but I don't want to rush, because I have so much on my hands with Fashion Week coming up. LA Fashion Week coming up, so right now I'm trying to plan it out. I don't want to just run into the studio and just record something to say I have it. Like, I want it to be very strategic.
Okay, nice. And I heard you singing, and I heard when you posted on your IG, and I was like, yo, she can sing. Wow, you got an amazing voice.
Thank you. I got a couple videos. My thing is, I want to put like a body of work out. I feel like that would be pretty dope. I have my ideas of how I want to come out as a singer. So sometimes it's easier for people. Some people just have that gift of being a writer and can just come out and just write a song or just learn a riff and just, 1, 2, 3, kill it. Me, it's kind of different, I want to be smart about it, because I don't want to just come out with a single and not a lot of people know that I sing and it fails. So I was like, no, I want to gotta get people warmed up, because right now people only know me as she's a model, she's on a runway, and she does this, that, and the third, but we haven't really heard much of her singing. So I just want to, just give a little taste here and there, before I come out with some music. I got to get some teasers out there first.
And crazy, because that was the next question to ask you is, are you gonna come up with a full project? Are you gonna come up with a full project? But I guess you already answered it.
Yeah, soon. Last year I kept saying February, because my birthday is in February during Fashion Week. But I got COVID, and pushed back a couple things. So I was just like, let me slowly, get back to being outside. And as a model, as a brand ambassador, I'm around a lot of people, which is a risk. So I'm just trying to plan it out and just go about it the right way.
Yeah, well, when you put out that project, I'm gonna bring it back. I do got a music spin-off show too, so I'll bring it back when you have a project and we can talk about music. So
okay.
All right, so you're also a host and a brand ambassador. Like, what made you want to go that route?
So I had to think about what I wanted to do in this industry as a model, and of course, everyone wants a campaign. Everyone wants to be on a runway. But me, I wanted to represent brands in the right way, and be the face of something. And it's funny because my boyfriend got me into it. He was just, giving me ideas about how to go about it the right way. It's funny because I call him my manager. He's my manager. But it was his idea. He was like, your schedule has to be open, for opportunities. And then while you're doing so, you should be a brand ambassador for some companies. Because like I said, those pay, photo shoots pay. And I used to work at a dental office. I worked at one of the top dental offices in and I had no time. I had no time to, go to shoot sometime. I remember one time I called out because I had to go to a casting and that didn't go over so easily. So I had to leave, and then I started to think maybe I should work in, retail. I don't want to go back to retail. I don't want to be folding someone's clothes.
Trust me, I don't either. Trust me, I don't either.
Right. So everyone wants their own hours. So he was like, you got to make your own hours. So I left retail after that. And then I got into these gigs, being a brand ambassador for a couple marketing companies. And I make my own schedule. And I make money when I want to make money. I could be working throughout the week, get into gigs and everything. And then I could leave room open to, for shoots and castings. So I like having my own hours. So that's into it, and I love it. I honestly love it.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the best way to go. You are killing it. That's the best way to go. I feel you in that, and I'm glad that you're doing that. Keep doing your thing.
Thanks.
So as you know, we are in a pandemic. You already know it's been going on for a very long time. This need to be over by now. I ain't gonna lie. So how did the pandemic affect you as a whole, and what did it taught you?
I heard the question wrong, and I was like, as a host, or what you say?
No, as a whole, my bad, as a whole.
Oh my God, no, I want to bust out, but I was like, let me stay focused. Well, I didn't do these gigs until a couple months ago. So as a host, it didn't affect me. I was working in the dental office, but as a model, it just affected me because studios were closing or schedules were different. But when it came to shoots, I still made it happen. I had photo shoots, not to sound irresponsible, but I had shoots during COVID, but they were just outside. A photographer would meet me at the beach or out, a park or something, and I still got my photo shoots done. But when I started getting into the brand ambassador gigs, and so I was like, oh shoot, I thought, it'd be great to be making my own hours and just getting up and going to work when I felt like it. But now that it's picking back up because they're realizing this strand it's contagious. It's like a cold, really, but New York cannot survive another shutdown, so they're going to stay open. So it's just a matter of being cautious.
Yeah, and this thing been going on for so long. I just ready for it to be over. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
I just wait for this to be over. But let's get back to brighter notes. Let's get back to brighter notes. So, what is your dream venture? Something that you always want to do?
Um, I would really like. Oh no, I don't even want to say that. Something I always wanted to do is get into the armed forces. So my dad was in the military, and he passed away a couple years ago when I was graduating high school. Like literally, like right after I graduated high school, and
Wow.
mom kept pushing. She was like, "You should join the military," and she was like, "It'll give you structure. You'll be set up." And I was like, and me being the spoiled young brat that I was in my family, I'm like, no, like my hands aren't gonna get dirty. But I
Mhm.
played sports throughout my life. In high school, I was playing running track, played basketball, I played field hockey. I learned how to swim. My mom had us in swimming classes twice a week. So I don't mind sweating and getting dirty. But when it came, I always, yeah. So I thought about it. After a while, I got frustrated with a couple things when I was in college. Sometimes it didn't work out, and I remember they would have like these career fairs, and there would be someone from like the Navy or the Marines there, and I would have the conversation and fill out the paperwork. Then I stopped because I was like scared like of boot camp and whatever. And then I got over my fear of boot camp, having like deep conversations, doing my research, talking to family that I have that is, serving now, or people who just left. And I was like, okay, so I still have that in the back of my mind. I would love to join the armed forces. I still have time. I'll be 25 in February. So I can if I want to. I'm very fit. I love to work out. I box. But
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice.
I mean, even like being like I was gonna say fireman, but firewoman, like I wouldn't mind like climbing up the ladder, putting out a fire, or being a cop, but I would, if I had to do like armed forces, I would do military. I feel like that's just me. That's just me.
Nice. I mean, anything possible. I know you would. I know you would kill anything possible. That's dope.
And it's crazy. There, the lady who won Miss USA, or was it Miss America? She was in the military, and I was like, oh my god, like it's so.
Wow.
I was like, I want to do it, but I don't know. I'm scared at the same time but it's different. So this is the thing I heard. It's different during COVID because they can't be in your face yelling at you. So there's a lot of
Wow.
I know about boot camp. I heard this story. This is a tangent, sorry, but there was a story one of the girls were telling me and about boot camp, and she was like looking straight, and she looked at another flight, and the flight's like another group or whatever. Like, sorry if I'm messing up the terms, but another flight is like another group that they're in boot camp. So she turned her head when she wasn't supposed to be, and the sergeant came and was like, oh, get out of my flight. You need to go over there. Like yelling in her face, not like my tone or whatever. And he was like, get out of my flight. Go over there. And me, I would bust out crying. Like if this big dude is like in my face, I wouldn't cry, but I would be like, okay. Like, so she ran over, and the guy, and he was like, run. And she didn't move. And he was like, run. So she went over, and he was like, why are you out of line? Why? So they're sending her back and forth, like, humiliating her. And if I would start crying, because I'm like, you trying to make a joke out of me? Then you have back and forth. So boot camp, like they obviously try to break you down and then build you back up. But it's something I wanted to do is, join the military.
I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy though. What about that?
That's crazy, right? I don't know if I would survive that. And then they also have like the gas chamber. A lot of people say who've done it, it's not that bad. It's like, yeah, you done it and you didn't have to do it again because you survived boot camp. But the gas chamber, it's like, pepper spray and whatever, and like you're in there, and I believe you have to like say your name or something like that, and you come out. I could probably be messing it up, but I was like, I don't know if I would survive that. So there's a lot of things I thought about boot camp and if I would like survive, but military is something I always wanted to do.
I mean, anything possible. It's just that story though was kind of crazy. And I ain't gonna hold you. That story was crazy though. So what other project that you got going on that you haven't mentioned yet?
So I have I joined this team, and I'm supposed to be doing something during Fashion Week, like this staycation, and I'll be promoting it very soon. So that's just something like, that's coming up during Fashion Week. But right now, I don't have anything major, coming up right now. It's just my focus is on Fashion Week, getting to castings. And I didn't realize how crazy it was going to be because I forgot that castings could be like posted today for tomorrow or same day. So my focus is just getting to castings, making it happen, but also trying to make sure I don't tire myself out, because you don't want to tire yourself out as a model, because like I said, these shows don't pay, and if they do, it's something, but you don't want to be in every single show and you're not getting paid for it and you're tiring yourself out. If you're just walking away with good pictures, that's nothing. But if you're there networking, it is beneficial because connections always needed. So right now it's just Fashion Week, just trying to get on the runway, get into some shows. I actually have a casting tonight in Harlem.
Nice. Yeah, you're on the grind. I got to shout out to you. You are on
a little bit. A little bit, just trying to make it happen and, get my break sooner than later.
I feel you. That's the best thing to do. I feel you on that. So what do you have to say for anybody that's on the same route as you? Like, say something inspirational.
Wait, what was the question?
What do you have to say for anybody that's on the same route as you? Like, when you were doing modeling and singing and stuff like that. Say something inspirational.
I would say always be yourself. Stay true to yourself. Make sure that you know your worth, and if you don't, like, just you got to make that happen, because there are people who will settle for any and everything, and it's unfortunate because there's a lot of people who would try to get in your head and tell you what lane you need to be in, and you need to go this way and that way. But if you don't know yourself, you're gonna listen to anything, and you're gonna be all over the place. And I used to be all over the place. Like I said in the beginning, I'm very indecisive, so I lean on people, and I look for encouragement. I look for, even, when I ask my boyfriend, like, hey, how do I fix this email, or how do I approach this text? But you really have to, and which is okay. Like, sometimes if you don't know anything, don't get discouraged, because I used to be shy that way, just knowing that I'm so indecisive, and I'm like, that's not okay. But that's just one of the things that's really myself. I'm trying to work on it and make more rational decisions on my own. But I would just say, really know yourself, and you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't, days are gonna go by. I had that feeling when COVID first started. Like, days were just going by, and I wasn't feeling motivated. I didn't feel like doing anything. I lost my focus. I wasn't singing. I wasn't even now, like, that's still a struggle for me to just get out and belt out a song. So like I said, no one's perfect. We all have those days where we don't feel like doing anything, or we're not putting our all into the thing that's going to get us to the next step. So remaining focused is a key as well.
And that's good advice. And I feel you on the losing focus thing. I dealt with the same exact thing, especially when I was dealing with COVID. So I get it. But we just can't lose focus. It's to stay on the grind. So I get it. I definitely get it.
COVID is it's more than the symptoms. It was depressing, like missing family, and then it's like it gets in your head. So like if you're scratching, you're like, oh my god, like, is my throat gonna close up or something?
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
it was the worst.
It messed with you mentally, and yeah, it's crazy. I'll just be happy when all this thing is over. I'll be happy when that happens.
Yeah.
But you just gotta believe the power of prayer. That's all you gotta say. You just gotta believe the power of prayer.
Yeah.
So before you go, we're gonna play a segment game called 5 Random Topics. I ask you 5 random topics, and you just tell me what you think about it and stuff like that. It's very, very easy.
Oh my gosh, I suck at games.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
No.
All right, so
let's go. Wait, let me drink some coffee. Hold on.
Do your thing.
All
right. So, what is your favorite type of music?
My favorite type of music, I would have to say, You know what? Some people may not believe me, but right now, I was listening to Alan Stone. I don't know if you know who Alan Stone is. He's kind of jazzy. I wouldn't say indie soul, but I would have to say jazz. I'm huge on, well, not huge on jazz, but I love jazz. Dave Koz. I don't know if you're familiar with Dave Koz or Kenny Nightingale. I don't listen to it as much, but I could say that would be number one right now.
Nice. I like jazz. I mean, I'm more of an R&B person though, but I like jazz. What is your all-time favorite TV show?
A Different World.
Nice. Yeah, that's a dope show. What is your favorite food?
Seafood.
Nice. Who is one person that you want to meet?
I want to meet. Who would I want to meet? That's tough because she's dead. I love Whitney.
You can do say this. You can do say her.
I always wanted to meet Whitney Houston. You know, I felt like I would have had the same kind of relationship she had with Brandy. Like, she was always like this auntie in my head. But I just watched the last season of The Masked Singer, and Faith Evans was on there.
Yeah.
She killed it. So I guess second from Whitney Houston would be Faith Evans.
Nice. And nice. And last one. If you had to work with any artist, if it come to Marlon or maybe do music with, who would it be?
When it comes to modeling or singing, can I do both?
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to modeling, I would want to work with Mr. J from America's Next Top Model. I feel like he would give me like some good directions on like how to pose better, you know, and fix like my facial expressions. And when it comes to music, I would want to work with Jamie Foxx when it comes to music. Yeah, I would. I would trust his judgment. Oh my God, did you see his daughter? She could sing. She could like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I would want to work with Jamie Foxx. When it comes to music, I want to work with someone who can sing and also play an instrument.
I agree. Yeah. Jamie Foxx got many talents.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. J is dope too. You know, Mr. J, who would my Tyra Banks top model, he's dope too. So shout out to both of them. So Miss Destiny Unique, thank you for coming on the show. You was amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
It was a pleasure. It was really long overdue because I remember we were supposed to do this like way before COVID. Originally.
Yeah. And then recently you're supposed to originally do it last month. You were doing December, but they didn't at the time.
Yeah.
But happy we finally got it done, and looking forward to everything that you got going, that you about to happen. You're doing big things right now. So shout out to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that we could do this again. And then,
definitely, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Let me knock out some shows first. You know, let me knock out some shows and get some more stuff on my resume, get some music out there, and then we could do this again.
Definitely, I'm bringing back for my spin-off show a competition of my music. So,
okay.
I got you. But before you go, of course, drop your social media and everywhere where they could reach you. Every information that everybody needs to get from you.
So you can follow me at Your Unique Destiny, simple as that, on Instagram, and that's where you can see my work, my runway walk, and like I said, soon music.
Nice. Once again, thank you, Destiny, for coming on the show, and we'll be right back.
No problem.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Now, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman, Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursdays. And Spin-off Series Thursday is the new home for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spin-off Series that brought to you shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, The Old School Show, and Date Night Talk Podcast. And A Conversation About Music Podcast is a music spin-off series where we talk about anything music, from the current music scene and the old school music scene, where we interview many guests that's in the music industry and artists about their music journey. We have a segment game called The Face Off, which is a versus inspired game. And we have roundtable discussion about variety of music topics. And y'all can check out A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Now, the Old School Show that featured myself and the star Roddy Rod is a show where we discuss anything old school, from music, TV shows, movies, and many more. We also bring in guests to join in on the old school conversation. Y'all can check out the Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. Every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And last but not least, we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B, where we talk about anything relationship related topics like love, dating, relationships, cheating, the good and the bad, and many more. And y'all can check out this spin-off series, Date Night Talk Podcast, every second and third Thursday at 12 p.m. So look out for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursday, A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursdays. The Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursdays, and Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays. And y'all can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays for the main series and every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays. And thank y'all for checking out this commercial break. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. True!
I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning into this new episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you to my special guest, Miss Destiny Unique, for coming on the show. You are doing big things. Keep killing it. I'm looking forward to see what you're about to do in Fashion Week. I know you're going to kill it. You're going to kill that runway. And also look out for her when she come back really soon. I'm going to bring her back for a conversation about music. We got to talk about music. When she brings some music, we're going to bring her back on the show. So yeah, Destiny Unique, thank you for coming on the show. And y'all already know where I'm at every Wednesday with my bros, the Premier Boy Podcast, myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, the Star Roddy Rod, and Long Live the Chief Mally Mal. Each and every Wednesday, the Premier Boy Podcast. Check out the last episode. We got Mr. David Ross from the Flat Earth Podcast. That is a dope interview. Check it out. If we are bringing him back, part 2 on the Premier Boy Podcast. Check out that episode right now. Also, check out King Talk with Aaron Sands. I'm executive producer of that show. We got the bro, the Star Rider Rod on King Talk. Check it out. King Talk is now every Fridays, y'all. So check out King Talk every Friday at 12 a.m. It is weekly now. So yeah. And Y'all already know where I'm at every Sunday. Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. We're on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and other platforms, and many more. We are not on Spotify at the moment, but once we back on the platform, I will keep that posted. Rate our show. Rate our show on Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and Podchaser, 5-star rating. And support Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. Also support Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast on Good Pods. This is a dope platform where you could network with many indie podcasts, see what they're listening to. I could rate the show. And I love Good Pods. Shout out to Good Pods. And add me on Good Pod, Ken, Mr. Gentleman, right now. Like I said, we are currently number 3 on Good Pods. So get us up to number 1. And so let's let's kill it. And one thing that I want podcasters on Good Pod to do, can y'all please stop just liking my posts and listen to my show? I don't see the point of y'all liking the post and y'all not listening. How y'all go to support any podcast when y'all don't listen to the show? Because I am an indie podcast myself. And if I see a podcast show, I'm going to check it out. No matter who you are, I would check out any podcast show. So if I'm willing to support your show, I expect that the same for me. So instead of liking my post, which I appreciate y'all liking the post, listen to the show. Rate my show. Let me know if I'm doing something right or wrong. I shout out to one podcast on Good Pod that do that a lot. She told me what I'm doing wrong and I fix it. So I expect a lot of y'all indie podcasts the same respect. And if y'all give me that respect, I give y'all the same respect. So instead of liking the post, support the show. And I do the same for y'all. Add me on Good Pod, y'all. Ken, Mr. Gentleman. So the website is coming real soon. Also, the spinoff shows. The next episode, we got the Royal Rumble episode. Mr. Aaron Sands is back on the show. So the Royal Rumble episode is coming, but because it's gonna be on a special day next week, we are dropping 2 episodes of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. Like I said, the Royal Rumble episode will be on Saturday with Mr. Aaron Sands, and Sunday is the season 2 premiere of the old school show. Myself and the Star Rider is back, season 2, and we got Miss Vanna B on the show. We are talking about popular sitcoms, so stay tuned for that. Also, February 6th. The return of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast presents a conversation about music podcasts. We got the star Righty Ride, Mr. Aaron Sands, and Magna on the show. We all talk about his R&B whitewash. February 6th is every first Sunday. And once again, thank y'all for tuning in to this latest episode of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Have a good day or night, wherever you're listening to this episode.
Hi, my name is B Wise, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman's Lifestyle Podcast.